At various universities in our country, student leaders play a pivotal role in shaping the direction and culture of the institutions. But what does it truly mean to be a student leader today?
I think personally, just like Simon Sinek says, that a leader should not be a person who leads, but a person who is ready to work for the people and to ensure that each and every roles that they give them, they're able to achieve. So mostly, I think I'm a leader who is ready to work for the people, not for myself.
What challenges do they face? And how are they preparing to influence the future?
One thing I didn't know about me when I joined the student leadership was the ability to speak in public. My communication skills was so down. I didn't know I could speak very well in public.
It happens that we have problems, but the link between the students and there is a gap between the students and the school administration. So it is very, very hard if you cannot get in touch with the school administration. It becomes a problem.
Inclusivity and representation is mandatory as it creates a platform where all voices are heard. Even the students from marginalized and international communities are able to be represented, influence policies while sharing their experiences and bringing their impact to the student body.
My name is Joseph Palchar. I'm the current director for international students. I'm a second year student in the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, pursuing bachelor's in clinical medicine and surgery. Campus is a very global place. It's a very diverse place. Kabarak University itself is a very diverse university. I'm speaking this because you have students from Nigeria, you have students from Rwanda, you have students from Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, DRC Congo, and many more. These students need to be represented, and we like to thank the administration and the school management for making it possible for their voices to be heard through establishing an international student representative in the Kabarak University Student Organization.
Balancing academic responsibilities with leadership roles is not an easy feat. For many student leaders, the demands of both can be overwhelming.
If you decide to be a leader, that is a psychological thing. You have to change your mindset. You have to know that as much as I'm going for this leadership, it's coming with responsibilities. And how am I going to manage that, since the core thing that we came to do in school is academics? So the only solution that I came up with, the only thing that I did as an individual is to change my routine.
The constant juggle between assignments, exams, and the responsibilities of representing student body is a challenge that requires not just time, but grit and resilience.
You should have a daily routine that you know where to fix your academics, and as well, you know where to fix your office work.
For many students, the decision to pursue leadership positions is not an easy one. The weight of uncertainty, fear of failure, and the pressure of responsibility often hold them back. What if they're not ready? What if they can't meet the expectations? These questions linger, creating a barrier that feels impossible to overcome.
It's all about organization. How organized are you? I've always been organized since joining here 2022, so I know how to plan. I know how to create the atmosphere of ensuring that if today I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then in terms of my academics, I need to at the end of the day, mostly I'm sacrificing my own personal time, maybe in the evening, just to undertake reading, and even sometimes up to the morning.
It will be a secret, but maybe to share with you, my routine is that during the night I do my academics. I make sure that I'm as per our daily events in school academic work. But during the day, I focus more on how to help the students and office work.
Clubs and associations are more than extracurricular activities. They are the heart of student leadership, fostering collaboration, innovation, and inclusivity.
There are a lot of clubs in Kabarak, but not a lot are active. So maybe I can try to make the existing clubs active, or rather to motivate them to become more relevant. And even I can try introducing other clubs. We can collaborate with people, and they can form clubs that they are interested in.
These spaces empower students to lead and build communities that reflect the diversity in our university. True ethical leaders ensure every voice is heard and they don't shy away from difficult conversations, but approach them with courage and compassion even when making difficult decisions, thus leading to an effective leadership and smooth running of student affairs.
Ethical leadership, now you get effective leadership. So in effective leadership will, the role that it plays, one thing that effective leadership does, it brings about inclusivity and equal opportunities for all students. So if the leadership regime or the leadership poly is effective, it means that it is there to listen, not only to listen to the voice of the students, but to act upon it. That's now comes into curb things like maybe maybe lack of inclusivity, or maybe the another thing that it can help with is to avoid things of unequal opportunities for all students. So effective leadership plays a key role, because when the effective leadership, it means the students' affairs are going to run accordingly.
Ethics is key not only in student leadership, but also in our daily lives. It is not just about making the right decisions, but upholding fairness, integrity, and accountability in every action.
Ethical leadership is something so key for leaders, for you to ensure that you don't fall into matters of corruption, matters of maybe you're doing things ultra bias outside your office. So ethical leadership is something that enables us as leaders. It molds us as leaders, or it builds us to be leaders who serve as according to the expectations of the students, putting in mind that we are in a university setup. So it helps us to work as leaders who are leaders of servanthood leadership, right? You are there to offer service to the students, not just to be authoritative or to be ultra biased, in your duty.
As a way to curb all election-related conflicts and ensure a smoother electoral process, the delegate system was adopted, championed by the Duale Bill, where the students elect delegates who in turn elect key student leaders like President, Secretary General, and the Treasurer, making the executive. But has this bill and system actually brought structure and efficiency to the student leadership, or rather raised concerns about corruption, erosion of democratic participation, and weak representation of the students' interests?
You know, even the motive behind the Duale Bill, they were saying to curb tribalism. You were talking about the issue of when, for instance, you go to a place like Northeastern and you do not come from that tribe, you could face the hostility of not being elected by the locals. So that was the motive behind. But along the way, we've seen it not working actually, because it has shut down most leaders, because that is not the direct representation of the people. So what should happen along the way is that these policies be changed. And once they are changed, I believe the students will better their voices, because there is a good way in exercising a democratic right directly. In fact, that will even move in means skid and vote. You want to skid and listen and say this is the old running for this position. I'll vote for him. What you have direct contact.
But again, you can find that the Duale, many principals or school head have been connected for that because of this reason. When, like this, let me use the example from my brother here. When he's campaigning, he moves masses. And when anything happens in school and then he speaks, the colleagues will just hear him. They will not hear the administration. And this is the reason as to why you find even when someone is, I can say, influential, vocal, you will deny some privileges of even being elected.
Technology has revolutionized how student leaders communicate, organize, and inspire change. With online forums and virtual events, leadership is now more inclusive, accessible, and immediate, giving a platform to voices that were once unheard.
In as much as technology has taken over everything that we do nowadays, I feel that the student leadership will also take that route in matters of campaigns, debates, and even an efficient way and a more flexible platform for all users to vote.
However, this digital world comes with its own challenges. Student leaders of the future must navigate digital citizenship responsibly through creating safe, respectful spaces and promoting inclusivity.
I feel in as much as the student leadership is heading that way, key things should be put in place. From my view, I see respect between the leaders should be key, and there should be strict rules for the leaders to adhere to in as much as they are campaigning and using this digital space to sensitize and to market themselves out there.
The future of student leadership will see technology empowering diverse voices, fostering global collaboration, and blending innovation with empathy to build an interconnected and inclusive world.
In future, I see the student leadership to take over the digital space in matters concerning debates, global forums, campaigns, and to my view, I feel like there should be respect because there has been a lot of bullying online and a more flexible way to vote.
As students leaders, for us to inspire the young generation maybe to come into leadership, this depends on how are we going to work as students leaders. If we are going to work without seeing or without acting upon the voice of the younger generation, that only means that you're going to kill the younger generation that wants to walk in or wants to be in your footsteps. But as we work, not only as leaders, but we should remember that we are also citizens. If we feel the pain of what we are going through as citizens and we work upon it, everyone will be very able or will be be excited to come into leadership because of what you. This only emphasizes on what are you going to do as a leader. The way you are going to act as a leader is that is the impact. Follow all the principles of good governance, that is integrity, the social justice. That's when we will help, or that's when people will see leadership is a good thing. But if we work, that's what we call self-gain. If you only focus on self-gain, this is something that is going to kill younger generation because they will see there's no even okay, I can say there's nothing important about leadership, because if you're going to leadership and you're not going to serve the people, you're only going there to do mistake, not to mend them. This will really kill the younger generation's aspirations maybe to become leaders in the future.
A life in Kenya might not involve you working in Kenya. Some local and international students, of course, will have to work abroad and would like to mentor and start a mentorship program for what life is life in other countries and orient them, mentor them, so that they can both bring that change all over the world while upholding Kabarak University.
True leadership excellence manifests not in the positions we hold, but in the lives we touch and transform. It's in the bridges we build between possibility and reality, where our greatest contribution lies not in temporary success, but in sustainable change. you.